Hello and welcome to this tutorial where we're exploring Cairo Coder, an AI-powered IDE plugin that makes Cairo smart contract development a breeze. It's important to note that Cairo Coder is powered by a retrieval augmented generation system, and what that basically means is it involves retrieving relevant information from external knowledge sources before generating a response, and so grounds the model in factual data and reduces the chances of generating inaccurate information. And so some of these resources that Cairo Coder taps into is like the Cairo book, Cairo by example, starknet core, library docs, starknet foundry, and the latest Cairo tools. And it does this to generate precise, ready to use, and robust smart contracts. So whether you're new to Cairo or you're a seasoned dev, this tool is your ticket to building on starknet with ease. So let's explore how it works and why it's a game changer. Okay, so just like your documentation, it's easy to configure your MCP server in Cursor. So you head down to the settings, you go to tools and integration, and then you add a new MCP server. You copy and paste the code in the JSON package here, and then that's it. You then come down to your rules and memories, you add project rules, and the same thing, you copy and paste, and then that's all. You're ready and you're set to start making use of Cairo Coder. So let's just build a simple dapp. Let's say a Cairo smart contract for a Cairo front-end project for maybe a group of friends to pool money together, for instance. So one of the ways I like to set up a starknet project, right, is to use scaffold stack. I'll drop the link below. So you just navigate to the folder that you want to install your project, and then you go ahead, npx create stack at latest. And so what this does for you is that it scaffolds a starknet project for you. It comes in with all the necessary tools to deploy on starknet. It comes with scab, starknet foundry, ESDF, and everything. But have all the requirements. You need to have Node, you need to have Yarn, Git, and all the other Cairo tools that you need: scab, starknet foundry, ESDF. And so you go to documentation and you have a guideline on how to do it. Okay, and yeah, and okay, so let's name our app. Let's just call it friends. Yes. All right, and so it's creating our project. All right, so your project has been scaffolded, and so the next step is you navigate to the folder, you start up yarn chain, yarn deploy, and then yarn start. So let's do that. All right, so let's open this up. Okay, so we're here in our folder. So we need to understand the folder structure. You have your packages, Next.js, and then your smart contract. So this is the smart contract folder, your Cairo contract. And so this just has a basic contract. So let's go ahead and then follow the instructions to get started with this. So we run yarn chain. So what yarn chain does is it sets up the devnet, and then what we'll do now is we deploy the contract. All right, so there we have it. Our contract has been deployed on the devnet, and so we can then just go ahead, maybe create another terminal, and then start up our project. Yarn start. And so this is it. This is what we have. This is just your default scaffold stack project. And so what this does is it sets you It sets up the project for you, gives you access to starknet. You can use your agent bravos, whatever wallet you want to make use of. You can go ahead and debug contracts. So this is where your contract has been deployed to, the contract that you deployed, your contract, the reads, the different read write methods, set greeting, and all of that. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be prompting Cairo Coda to generate a new contract for us, and then we're going to also work on a new front end for this app. So let's head over to Cursor and then get on with that. Okay, so back to Cursor, we navigate to StarkNet project, Cairo contract, the lib.cairo, and the default Cairo project that is there. All right, so how do we go about making use of the Cairo program? You head over to new chart, you add the rule. You could just come over here, rules, Cairo Coda rule. You select the rule. You're in this folder, and then you prompt it just like how you typically prompt ChatGPT, Grok, or whichever thing. And so, what I'm looking to build is a simple polling contract. Okay, so calling assist with Cairo, run to. Okay, so the Cairo coder has finished generating the code for us. So what we now need to do is let's compile. All right, so there you have it. It says the stack polling contract now compiles successfully and all of that. And so, yeah, the Cairo coder, we've been able to, build a smart contract and have it built. So the interface or some of the functions that we have available in this contract is to create pool, to contribute to that pool, to get the contribution, to mark a pool as completed, and then to withdraw the funds. So these are some of the things we have in the story: the description, the target amount, the recipient, the total amount that has been contributed, the contributions, and the next pool. You have events, the different events to log out per contribution, if the pool is completed, if the pool is created, it has been withdrawn. And so this is your function to create pool, this is your function to contribute, this is your function to get pool, and all of that. Okay, so what we'll be doing next now is let's see if we can get the Cairo coder to generate tests for this contract. And yeah, okay, so let's head over to here, change some of these names. Okay, so let's do some tests. Okay, so we're getting some errors. One of the first things to do when you're getting errors is you need to check your dependencies. If you have the right SCAP versions installed, or the starknet foundry tool installed. So let's just clear our terminal and then check for that. So the SCAP version is 2.11.4 and it aligns with this, so that's correct. And then the starknet foundry version, it says no version is set for command SNForge, and the SNForge version here is 0.4 to 4.0. So let's first install that. So SDF install starknet foundry 0.44.0. Okay, so let's set it. ASDF set starknet foundry 0.44.0. All right, so that set it. Okay, so we can clear and then run the test again, SCAP test. Let's see. All right, there you have it. You have running 6 tests. So all 6 tests are passing. And so what tests are those? We have a test to create and get a pool. And so you can create a pool, retrieve to Paris, description, target mismatch. Then test to contribute and then track the contributions of every user. A test to mark complete and withdraw. A test to complete pool should revert. Cannot contribute to pool should revert. And then test only recipients can withdraw should revert. And yes, so test multiple pools in isolation, and all of these tests are passing. And so we've successfully used Cairo Coda in building a smart contract right from scratch, and then writing tests for that smart contract and having all the tests passing. So next steps now is to deploy this contract on our chain and then build the front end for it. How friends work. So you set group goals, you invite friends, secure and transparent, instant release. So the active goals, the UI still has a bit of fixing to do, but Taylor Swift comfort starts, weekend getaway, you can view all the goals and ready to start saving your friends to create a new goal. So let's see if we're able to create a new goal and then have it show up in the active goal and see if we can contribute to it too.